forward for the children's message. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's good to see all of you here. How many of you guys have on your special prayer socks? None of you actually have socks. Okay, that didn't work. How about your special prayer sandals? You do? Nice. Good job, buddy. Yeah. Do you guys have a special prayer hat maybe that you wear sometimes? No? Do you need special, like a prayer glove maybe to pray? You don't need that? Well, what do you need for prayer? Do you know? Yourself, that's a good, well, you need Jesus too, but yes, that's a very good answer. All you need is yourself. So anywhere you are prepared to pray. Now, so how do you pray? Like if somebody came up to you and said, I really want to pray, but I don't know how. What would you say to them? What do you do? Addison. Why? Well, why do you close your eyes? So you don't get distracted. Good. Yeah. So do you have to close your eyes to pray? No, but that's good. That's good advice. Keep going. Well, anybody else? Fold you in. Why? Yeah. How many of you guys have siblings? Brothers or sisters? Yeah. How many of you like to touch your siblings? Yeah, I'm sorry they went to college. That's it. You know, that happened in my family. Yeah. But yeah. You miss them, but sometimes you want to harass the people next to you, but if you fold your hands, it's harder. You can still kind of, but it's prohibitive to do that, yeah. Okay, what else? We got closed our eyes, fold our hands. What else do we do? What are you guys sitting on right now? Right, it's like a bench. Those are actually called, do you know what these are called? Kneelers, yeah. Do you know that our church doesn't have them, but some church in the pews, you can actually fold them down and you can kneel. And the only person I've ever seen do this was my grandfather, my grandpa Schleusner. He was a farmer his whole life. He would always get down whenever he prayed. I didn't ask this, is there a special place you need to pray? Not necessarily. There's kind of a cool movie called War Room, where it's this room in this house where this guy and this girl always went to pray in this one room. It doesn't really matter, but whatever habit you get into to pray is not bad. Well, my grandpa would get on the end of his bed. He didn't have a kneeler. And he would get down on his knees to pray, because that's how he was taught he was supposed to pray. Because if you're on your knees, well, can you run around? No. And when you're on your knees, it's pretty easy to look up, too. Or sometimes look down, depending on your mood and how you're doing between you and God. Anything else about prayer that you guys could think of? Yeah. Starting off with Dear Jesus is excellent. Who are you talking to? Very good. Yeah. Well, how about this? What times do you pray? When do you guys pray? Anytime? Are there times regularly during the day when you do pray? Every night. Good. Before bed, right? Every morning. Good. That's maybe a little bit harder because you got stuff to do and going to school, right? You don't have that much time in the morning. What other times do you normally pray? How many of you guys eat? Yeah. Okay. Good. You guys, and how does that prayer usually go? There's a bad prayer that I heard once. It was rub-a-dub-dub. Thanks God for the grub. Now that's not a good prayer necessarily. And yet, when I was at the seminary, when I was in school, we went over to a professor's house and we were about to pray, and he said, "You know what? Let's not pray. Let's just eat to the glory of God." And that was like the first time I could remember that I didn't pray before I ate. But he said sometimes not praying can help because sometimes we pray thoughtlessly, where we don't even think about our prayers. And whatever prayer you're saying, it might turn into rub-a-dub-dub, which is awful. So it's important to pray from the heart and always think about what you're praying too. That's a pretty good start. We're going to talk about it more in our sermon, in our Bible class next week. But let's fold our hands, close our eyes, and pray. Dear Jesus, we thank you for giving us prayer. We can come to you any time that we want. And yet, so often we forget to pray. Too many things are more important. We get too busy. Lead us into prayer. Make us, if it's necessary, take time so that we talk to you. because you're the most important conversation we have all day, Lord. Amen. Excuse to go back and sit with your parents, walking slowly.